Shalom, my brothers and my sisters. How are you? Yah is good all the time, and His kindness is everlasting. Hallelujah. So, wonderful. Heard about the Pesudo, the Targum, and it's the Aramaic version of the Bible, right? And this is the Targum Pesudo-Jonathan. And I wanted to go through it. And I already did, and I liked it a lot, so I wanted to share it with you. Okay? So, Targum, Pesudo-Jonathan, Genesis. Hallelujah. So, this is chapter 1. And it's like in my mind, I mean, it doesn't say it right here, but it's a retelling of all the account of the Torah, right? And it's with like deeper insights from, we'll see. We're just going to go through it, and you're welcome to join me. I'm going to put a link to this. But, all right. So you can read it yourself. You know I read like I read. Here we go. Chapter 1. At the beginning, Elohim created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, desolate of people, and empty of all animals. Darkness was upon the surface of the deep, and a merciful wind from before Elohim was blowing over the surface of the water. Elohim said, "Let there be light to illuminate the world." And immediately there was light. Elohim saw that the light was good, and Elohim separated the light from the darkness. And Elohim called the light day, and He made it so that the inhabitants of the world might labor during it. And He called the darkness night. And He made it that creatures might rest during it. And there was evening and there was morning one day. And God said, "Let the firmament be in the midst of the waters, and let it separate the upper waters from the lower waters." Elohim made the firmament, its thickness being 3 finger breadths, all right, between the limits of the heavens and the waters of the ocean. And He separated the waters that were under the firmament from the waters that were above in the reservoir of the firmament. And it was so. And Elohim called the firmament heaven. And there was evening and there was morning a second day. And Elohim said, "Let the lower waters that remain under the heavens be gathered together to one place, and let the earth be dried up, so that the dry land may appear." And it was so. And Elohim called the dry land earth, and the gathering place of the waters He called seas. And Elohim saw that it was good. Elohim said, "Let the earth grow vegetation, plants whose seed is sown, the fruit trees that produce fruit in which is their seed, each according to its kind, upon the earth." And it was so. The earth brought forth vegetation, plants whose seed is sown according to their kinds, the fruit trees producing fruit in which is their seed according to their kinds. And Elohim saw that it was good. And there was evening and there was morning a third day. Elohim said, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to separate the day from the night, and let them serve as signs, as festival times, and for counting the reckoning of days, and for sanctifying the beginning of months and the beginning of years. The intercalations of months and the intercalations of years, the solstice, the new moon, and the cycle of the sun. And let them serve as lights in the firmament of heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. Elohim made the two great lights, and they were equal in glory for 21 hours, less 672 parts of an hour. After that, the moon spoke with a slanderous tongue against the sun, and it was made smaller, and he appointed the sun, which was the greater light, to rule over the day, and the moon, which was the lesser light, to rule over the night, and the stars. And Elohim arranged them in their course in the firmament of heaven, to give light upon the earth, and to minister in the day and in the night, and to separate the light of the day from the darkness of the night. And Elohim saw that it was good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the fourth day. Elohim said, let the alluvial mud of the waters swarm forth a swarm of living creatures, and birds that fly, whose nests are on the earth, and the course of their light across the air of the firmament of heaven. Elohim created the great sea monster, Leviathan, and his mate, that are designated for the day of consolation, and all living creatures that creep on the clear waters swarmed forth according to their kinds, kinds that are clean and kinds that are not clean. All birds that fly with wings according to their kind, kinds that are clean and kinds that are not clean. And Elohim saw that it was good. And there was evening and there was morning, a fifth day. Elohim said, let the clay of the earth bring forth living creatures according to their kind, kinds that are clean and kinds that are not clean, cattle and creeping things, and creatures of the earth according to their kind. And it was so. Elohim made the beasts of the earth according to their kind, kinds that are clean and kinds that are not clean, and the cattle according to their kinds that are clean and kinds that are not clean. And the cattle according to their kind. And all the creeping creatures of the earth according to their kinds. Kinds that are clean and kinds that are not clean. And Elohim saw that it was good. And Elohim said to the angels who ministered before him, who were created in the second day of the creation of the world, let us make man in our image, in our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish and the sea, and over the birds that are in the air of the heavens, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps upon the earth. And Elohim created Adam in his own likeness. In the image of Elohim he created him, with 248 members, with 665 nerves, And he formed a skin over him, and filled it with flesh and blood, male and female in their appearance. He created them. Elohim blessed them, and Elohim said to them, increase and multiply and fill the earth with sons and daughters, and become powerful in possessions upon it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the birds of the heavens, and over every creeping animal that creeps upon the earth. Elohim said, behold, I have given to you every plant whose seed is sown, that is upon the face of all the earth, and every unfruitful tree for the requirement of building and for burning, and every tree on which there is fruit, whose seed is sown, shall be yours for food. To every beast of the earth, to every bird of the heavens, and to everything that creeps upon the earth, in which there is the breath of life, I give every green plant. And it was so. And Elohim saw that what he made, and Elohim saw all that he had made, and behold, it was very good. And there was evening and there was morning, a sixth day. Hallelujah, brothers and sisters. Incredible, and it keeps going. So I'm gonna do in different chapters, just because life is good.